Hey everybody, welcome back to Dirt Grease Outdoor Peace. So today we are going to show you what everyone wants to see from a tree cutter, and that is planting young trees or sapling or new stock for the future, which I'll never be able to harvest it, but it's I just like watching them grow. So one of the big topics is when people see whether it's a logger or just a homeowner cutting trees, they always ask, well, are you going to plant more trees? Well, most of the time we don't, because where we cut trees, the woods automatically regenerates. The seed stock or the seed bank is in the ground. It's just waiting for warmth from the sunlight. But in this case, I'm trying to let the bottom part of this field grow back, and this is a perfect place to grow some fruit trees and some oak trees for acorns. And I hope the weather holds out. It's April 20th, and it's been pretty nice out, and now all of a sudden today it's cold and windy, and it's actually spitting a little bit of snow. So I wanted to show you my field here. You recognize it from a video if you saw me cutting some trees last year up in the top there. And some of the pines that I cut, I drug the logs and some of the brush down here just for a little cover for birds and whatever deer might bed near there. But every time I come out in the field now, I see birds in and out of those brush piles. Earlier this year, I don't know if it was even March when we did this. Might have been late February, early March. The property I maintain, before the one part sold, the driveway needed cleared off on the shoulders, and there was all these tulip poplars. So my dad had wanted one real bad, and there was this one clump here, which is like, it looks like about 4 trees. So I scooped that out in one clump, and I got as much of the root ball as I could. And so far so good. It was actually hanging out of the back of my 14-foot dump trailer. So I think it's about maybe 16 feet tall when it's in the ground. And you can see, of course, we took pride in keeping this tree alive and getting it in the ground right away. We dug them and planted them the same day. Put the stakes in, got it tied up good. And hopefully you can see the little leaves popping out here. And this is new down here. Look at the little tiny leaf is folded in half right there, and those leaves will get bigger than my hand. The tulip leaves are real big, and that should be a pretty fast growing tree. I've also got some pines that I've planted. So we've got the neighbors that come up and hunt right on the edge here, and I just wanted to maintain our privacy and let this whole lower section grow up. I've got a stand of poplars that are coming in down there, so I wanted to let that grow in a little bit. I still have a small food plot up in the top, but this is a pin oak that I transplanted. You can see how tall it is. It must have been about 6 years ago. I know we had the excavator, and I think this tree was only maybe an inch or inch and a half in diameter, maybe only like 7 or 8 feet tall. In just those few years, with the moisture that we have here and full sun, I think it's about maybe 25 feet tall, probably a good 25, 26 foot. And that thing is growing like crazy. We got deer scraping underneath it in the fall. I've been protecting. The one year they tried to rub on it, so I've been putting plastic on this in the fall to keep the deer from rubbing it, killing it. And these are just starting to get little signs of life on them. They actually, all these pin oaks had, you can see the little leaves that are still on there. They hold their leaves, and then they're just pushing the leaves off right now with these new buds. So what I'm gonna do is just start down here and just start planting across here. I'm gonna just put the oaks in a line. I've got 20 oaks and 10 persimmon. And so we're kind of over in this corner. I just thought it would be a nice spot to start a line across there. So we've got 10 swamp white oak, 10 sawtooth oak, and 10 common persimmon. The persimmon get a small fruit on them, and they said that they're not real common in this area that I know of anyways, but they do grow. They were recommended for this region. These two oaks are some of the fastest growing oaks, along with the pin oak. But these oaks here were recommended for a wetter soil. So we're gonna see what they do. So these are bare root. These are bare root trees. I got these from the local. Soil and water department. They were 10 for $20 of each variety. There is some trees that are $30 or $40 for 10, but this is exactly what I wanted, and they were, affordable. So I rounded up as many tree tubes as I could find. I've got fiberglass stakes. Some of them have sticks on them. I've got some tomato cages if I need them. I think if I run out of the fiberglass stakes, I'll just take my little handsaw and go cut some branches. And so I think I'll just get you set up on time lapse, and we'll get started. Thanks for watching Dirt Grease Outdoor Peace. I appreciate y'all clicking on the video, and we'll get to work. Okay, so I'm gonna try to loosen this up as I go and not just dig out one big clump. They want to be able to put the dirt back in and fill around the little roots. And this is a heavy clay soil. It's good to dig it a little bit bigger than what you need. One of the most important things is you don't want the bottom of the taproot to be bent over. Get a shorter one, make it easier. This is this. Here we got plenty of room at the bottom of the hole. I'm just gonna stick those little ones in the bottom there. And one of the most important things is you don't want to plant it too deep. So it looks like it was planted right up to that little bulge right there, so I don't want to plant it any deeper than that. What you could do is get it in the ground, get some of this dirt that's loose around the bottom, and then just pull it up a little bit, and then that'll make sure that your roots aren't bent over on the bottom. See, that's why you need the loose soil. Straighten it up a little bit at the top. Leave the dirt a little high because they're gonna pack it in with my foot. Put that back over. Yeah. You don't have to worry about water in these trees. Everything is really saturated. So just real careful. Pack that in. Not really worried about it being super straight because it'll straighten itself out. So yeah, I would consider that a well-planted tree. And then I've just been leaving a stake by every other one, and I'll come back after and put the tubes on them. Around here, I have to put a tube on them, otherwise the deer will just browse them right off. So yeah, my row's not the most perfect thing, but at least we're getting them in the ground right away. So just continue on up through there. Well, that was a lot of work. Took a lot longer than I thought. Rounded up every tube that I could find. Had to scrounge up some stakes and to improvise on this one. And then down in the end, 3 of the persimmons have tomato cages on them. So I'll check around and see if I have any more tubes. But yeah, that was a lot of work. But it'll be nice to watch these trees take off and grow. That one's got leaves on it. But I'm happy to get all those trees in the ground, grow a little bit of food and cover down here for the animals. It'll be nice to come out here and check on these trees and see how they do this year, and you know, several years down the road, be able to have maybe a little tree plot out here instead of a food plot. And yeah, so that was a good project for today. My back is sore from bending over and doing all that, but it was it's gonna be rewarding. Thanks for watching, everybody. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button for me, click subscribe to see future content. Click subscribe to see future content. Leave a comment on what you're working on, or if you've done anything similar lately, planting trees or getting ready to work on your food plots. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.